When did you flip the whole system at work? It started with something small that should have been a red flag, but I was too desperate and too grateful for the job to see it for what it really was. I was only on my second day when it happened, and even now I can remember the exact sound of her voice echoing through the tiled bathroom. I had just entered the stall and locked the door when I heard Angela outside saying, "Jessica, I'm starting your time now. 3 minutes maximum." At first I thought she was talking to someone else or maybe joking, but when I came out 2.5 minutes later, she was standing near the sinks holding a silver stopwatch and nodding like I'd passed a test. "Good response time," she said. "Most people linger." I gave a nervous laugh and washed my hands in silence. Later, I asked my coworker Leah if that was just a one-time thing, and she looked at me like I'd asked if we were allowed to wear shoes. "She does it to everyone," Leah whispered. "Just time yourself on your phone and she'll leave you alone." I wanted to tell someone, but Angela was our direct supervisor and also handled performance reviews, PTO requests, promotions, basically everything that mattered. So I set a timer on my phone every time I needed to use the washroom and hoped for the best. By the second week, I noticed the lunch policy. It wasn't written anywhere, but everyone treated it like law. You had exactly 21 minutes, and Angela started the clock the second you stood up. One day, I returned 90 seconds late and found a sticky note on my keyboard that said, "Time theft" in red marker. Nobody brought food that took more than a second to unwrap. Someone brought a salad once and Angela called it gourmet nonsense. Priya once tossed her granola bar mid-chew when her alarm went off. No formal warnings, just sharp notes and cold emails like, "This is not a cafe." Then there was coffee. Every time someone poured a second cup, Angela appeared with lines like, "Another one, huh?" or "Caffeine doesn't replace discipline." People started sneaking sips behind monitors. She swapped the coffee for a weaker brand and taped up a sign, "1 cup equals enough." I once saw a guy named Ray pour his refill into a paper towel and squeeze it into his mug, just to avoid the scent sensor she'd installed on the machine. It got worse. One morning, Angela banned all personal items on desks. No photos, no mugs, no plants. I had a small photo of my dog taped to my monitor. When I came back from a meeting, it was gone, replaced with a sticky note that said, "Memories live in the heart, not on the screen." I kept my head down but started documenting everything. Each bathroom break, each sticky note, each weird rule. I didn't know what I'd do with it, but part of me felt like I was preparing for something. Maybe not a fight, but at least a defense. It finally snapped when Angela announced that being more than 4 minutes late would result in an automatic paycheck fine, like a human parking ticket. That night I stayed late and printed out a packet of federal labor laws, break time, bathroom access, desk rights, wage protections. I highlighted the parts that matched her behavior and taped copies to each bathroom stall, the break room, the fridge, and every cubicle wall. I didn't sign my name but left a sticky note on the coffee machine that said, "Energy also comes from knowing your rights." The next morning, Angela arrived early and did a sweep of the office. She ripped everything down, muttering about insubordination and how this was not a democracy. An hour later, I got called into HR along with Angela and a regional manager I'd never met. Angela immediately accused me, and I calmly slid a folder across the table with my documentation plus anonymous statements from half the staff. The HR rep barely said a word as she read through the pages, and the regional manager kept nodding more and more slowly. By the time I left that room, I knew I had been heard. 2 days later, we had an all-staff meeting where it was announced that Angela would be leaving to pursue other opportunities. Someone brought in donuts. Someone else turned the coffee machine back to its original settings. And for the first time in weeks, I sat at my desk with a framed photo of my dog and drank my second cup of coffee in peace.